Welcome again to Policy Without Politics. We are discussing, even though it has policy ramifications, a kind of a softer issue because it addresses how we behave and how the world sees us and how certain signals are seen by other people as defining us. And we need to be very careful in how we react to certain situations that appear soft but have ramifications and how Nigerians and Africans are seen worldwide. We're going to be discussing a topic that's close to my co-host, close to his heart, football. And there's some recent events concerning FIFA, World Cup, and CAF. And I think that it'd be a good topic to explore on how those things affect the way we behave and the way we appoint people to represent us and how we are seen by the rest of the world. So this controversy that began recently about selling shares in the World Cup and other prestigious events to a private equity firm in up to 20% and raising money which will be distributed to associations became very controversial. And we would like you to tell us what you think about it and how you see it.
It's very topical, and that is why it is trending all over the world, because we are talking about sports, and we know, I've always said, and the emphasis, especially when I discuss this subject, it's very, I don't want to use the word emotional, but it's a property that I know has huge potentials and can aid Nigeria in its development. Sports is a property of national cohesion. Sports is an instrument of social integration for young people. Sports is a national economic instrument in terms of development. Sports can be, in fact, a diplomatic instrument for engagement. So when we look at this property from this prism, we should realize that the way we manage it, the way we assemble administration around it is so important, because what we are trying to liberate ourselves from, which is poverty and lack of engagement for our youth, could be solved if we had managed and understood this property called sports properly. So I needed to give that context so that you know why people are vexed, why people don't just think that football can be discussed only in the pubs and it ends there, because it's a huge economic property with huge economic value. Now,
let me drill down a bit.
Yes.
The issue we're discussing that brought all of this to the surface is this sale of World Cup.
Yes.
And immediately it happened. The day it was announced, UEFA had an emergency meeting.
Yes.
UEFA is the European Association.
Yes.
And then right after that, CONCAF, the American one, also had a quick meeting. And then the Asians, the Asian Federation had, I think they issued maybe the strongest statement.
Yes.
So, but I think what is vexing is that our own CAF, we don't know what CAF said.
Yeah, no position.
So if you want to enlighten us and then take us down the road, why it's so vexing?
Why it's so vexing is that with the body language of CAF and what is being transmitted from that seems to suggest that we are a continent that follows our stomach, that we are ruled by stomach infrastructure.
Clarify.
Wherever the money comes from, that is what we support. It doesn't matter.
Clarify the stomach, the money issue.
Well, the money issue is that if 40 billion that would have come out from that experiment had been given to CAF, each country association would have gotten like $4.9 million. And this is soft power from FIFA. What, even though is not cast in stone, but they are giving you that so that you can develop sporting infrastructure in your various countries and associations. But we've seen historically, in recent times, such funds have trickled down to CAF, and we have not seen those developments come with it. Instead, we have seen administrators of this property called football become richer, live conspicuous lifestyle, drive Rolls Royces both in their town and in Lagos, and support just because money is involved. So that is the understanding. It's not an allegation, neither do we have proof that yes, they dipped their hand into that. But where we have to be careful is that when you belong to those associations and you represent Nigeria, whatever position you take seemingly becomes Nigeria's position. And it seemingly becomes the interpretation of our values, how we see life, The European, why they quickly had an emergency meeting is because they've dealt with hunger. They are dealing with esteem. They are dealing with self-actualization. But Africa seems to be dealing with the basic things of life: food, security, shelter, money. So that is where the stomach is, and that is what is led. So they think through the stomach.
No, but what you're saying is very deep. So you're suggesting that the CAF's ambivalence or lack of position on something that was clearly a bad idea. Clearly a bad idea.
Very bad idea.
And we know it's a bad idea because it was withdrawn very quickly.
And the apologists follow.
And in fact, the architect of the policy apologized. So are you suggesting that the ambivalence of the CAF, and CAF seems to be at issue here, may have been driven by selfish interest or monetary interest above policy and esteem? Is that what you're suggesting?
That is what without ambiguity. That's my position. That is what I'm suggesting. And that has been what has been prevalent with both CAF and the football administration in Nigeria. We have to look into this administration. We have to look at how we constitute it, how we put it together. I give you an example. Most associations, whether it's in Europe or CONCACAF, the people who lead it, the EPL we enjoy today, the people who put it together as a project, we are former managing directors of multinationals. So these are people who have deep thinking. It's an upstream conversation. They go from product development to service delivery. They know what agility means. They know what sponsorship means. They know what affinity to products is. They know what brands mean. They know what marketing means. They put all these things together and present it as a way of life, and we buy into it. So when you buy into it, you live it, it gives you joy on the surface. But beneath it, it gives you economic leverages that dovetails into development. So if you don't have capacity to have this kind of conversation, and you don't have capacity to lead a multinational, you shouldn't be leading CAF or Nigeria Football Association. This is 2027. It's a very serious conversation. And I'm very concerned about perception. Because if you are ambivalent about that, you are not coming out to say you support or you don't support, even though we know you support, because you supported this guy for a very long time. We see the association, we see the benefit of those associations. You may have enriched yourself, you may have been happy with it, but the generality of Nigeria, which we are talking about 200 million people, lives with the consequences.
Well, there are many consequences.
Yes.
One is that it is inexcusable that Nigeria doesn't qualify for a World Cup all the time with the talent.
I think it's 3 times in a row. Twice in a row.
This may be
no consequence.
A cascading effect of the incompetence, or let me not, because that sounds personal, of the bad management of Nigerian football.
Yes.
But let me drill down a little bit more. I don't know much about football, as you know. I call it soccer. It's football.
Yeah, it's your background. You're American.
We're Americans, we call it football is the one that we thrill. But however, I saw an ex-representative of Nigeria. I think his name is Amaju Pinnick.
Okay.
He was on TV, he was on Arise when this thing broke.
Yeah.
And he was clearly supportive of the architect, Infantino, the architect. In fact, he claims that Infantino had come to his house and that they were good friends, and that he supported the vision.
Yeah.
I know he's no longer there. But the guy who represented us in CAF, I didn't see him say anything.
Yes.
And so I wonder how Mr. Pinnick feels now that it has been withdrawn and there's an apology. I've not seen him come back to TV to apologize for his position because he is still seen somewhat by naive people like me as
the mouthpiece
of the Nigerian Football Association.
Yes.
And he was extremely boisterous in his support for a clearly bad policy.
Yeah.
Do you think there may be issues of personal interest, personal loyalty, personal friendship over and beyond the interest of Nigeria and Africa?
Unfortunately, we see that in all sectors and segments of our life, but I think it's more pronounced in sports because sports is badly supervised in Nigeria. Is badly managed in Nigeria. We don't pay the right attention to it, yet our life revolves around it, our happiness, our joy, and even the potential that should have come from it is stifled by poor management and the short-sightedness. So if your principal came up with an idea and immediately withdrew it because of the backlash that came and apologized for that, and you had come out to defend it vociferously, then you should be apologizing. But why do they apologize? It's not our culture in Nigeria. We don't apologize. We didn't go to the World Cup first time, no apologies, no consequence. We didn't go the second time, no apologies, no consequence. The same administrators are still sitting and superintending and ensuring that we go for the third time. Do you think we will make it? You know, there's an Igbo proverb, you know, neighborhoods and boundaries between one family or the other in Igbo land. The fence in those days is made up of rafts. When a hole is created in that fence, two people suffer. You suffer, that is a neighbor, and the man who created on that side to suffer because something goes through that hole. I want you to imagine what is going through that hole.
My imagination is not that deep.
Yes.
Okay, so again, I think that the summary of what you're saying is that on issues like this, where principled people react immediately, it was unfortunate that CAF was ambivalent. And that you're also suggesting that ambivalence may be due to both incompetence and self-interest. And that is very, very sad for us.
Very sad. And if we can stomach incompetence in different areas of our life, and I'm not saying it's only found in sports and football management, different aspects, we've discussed this on the policy without politics, different aspects of our life that we can improve, either via policy or through implementation. More attention should be paid to sports. We ignore it, and we ignore it at our own peril. For the reasons I have mentioned, we need better competence, better capacity, and better capability.
To conclude, we do have somebody who represents us at CAF. I don't know who it is. I don't speak to his competence or his interest. But we haven't heard anything from him. It's not that I've seen. It's not out there. What would you say to him if he's listening to you today?
What I would say to him is that, can you say something? Are you able to say something? Do you have capacity to take the backlash? Are you ready to give up that seat? Because if you say something, a consequence would come. Do people resign in Nigeria? Do people take responsibility? The answer is no. But this is 2027. People are beginning to ask questions. And the earlier we begin to do things properly and begin to align ourselves with world culture, world esteem, and the expectations of the world, the better for Nigeria. Nigeria is not a forest. It's not a jungle. We are connected now. And whatever you do, whatever that your position is, affects all of us, and we are not happy with it. You don't represent us because that is not Nigeria. That's not the position of Nigeria.
So, we've said it. A CAF representative should take a position that reflects the values of Nigeria. And we call upon him to do so.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.